My 5 amazing things that I really love to have. Love sharing more about composting. Hello, welcome to Simple Housewife Ideas. Loving this beautiful spring weather here, and again it's so beautiful, it's just pushing my hair all around my face. I've been listening to podcasts while I'm in the garden. If any of you do that, don't forget to check out the Simple Housewife Ideas podcast. What I'm going to be sharing with you guys today is just a little bit of what I'm doing here as I plant my new plum tree. Now here's my little garden. All right, it's not the biggest garden in the world, but it's big enough for us at this moment. Okay, of course we want bigger, but here's what we're doing at the moment. So what I'm doing here is just digging myself a hole. I'm using these super handy post hole shovel. Okay, if you have not seen one of these, if you haven't seen one of these post hole shovels, you're missing out, because they're super useful for digging holes. Obviously, that's what they're for. Yes, so basically what I'm doing is I'm making a space right here, just next to my lemon tree. Can you see my little Maya lemon just here? Look at his beautiful little, can you see that? It's just gorgeous. The little flower in there, little blossoms just starting. This is my, and it needs a weed around there, clearly. Don't mind the weeds. But what I'm doing at the moment is about to plant my plum tree. So I'm gonna go get that and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing with it. Okay. All right, so, So what I want to show you guys today is just before I start planting them, thank you Ziggy, I'm just going to show you my 2 bare root fruit trees that I've got here. Now the first one is actually a gala apple. It's a dwarf gala apple, so here we go. And it's in these bare rooted bags. Now that's going to be super easy to plant, okay, for me. Now the second one, and this is a complete impulse buy, except that I wanted one for years. I bought a plum tree that again is a bare root. It is the Prime Time Plum. So, and it was on sale, hooray. And it's meant to be really beautiful. I'm going to be planting this, but look how tall this baby is. Oop. So one of the things I'm going to have to be doing, because I haven't got a huge space for it, we're going to have a go at espaliering this one. So I have been researching espaliering for a very long time. Really want to have a go at it, but this plum tree is going to be going over that in the hole that I just showed you before, and basically we're going to plant it now, and I'm going to have a little go at pruning it myself to help it out. Now the very first thing that I'm going to do, that I have to do with my big tall new Primetime plum tree, is I need to actually prune it. Now why do you prune trees when they're bare rooted? Now the reason that you prune them is because when you stop the energy having to move from here up, basically from wherever you're pruning it up, then it gives that tree the opportunity to pop that energy down below into its roots. Now that's exactly what you want a bare rooted tree to do, because you want it to go, oh yeah, I'm rooted here, I've just been planted here, and you want it to really start getting established, rather than putting all of its energy into trying to push growth up or to push growth out at the top of the tree as much. You want it to at least have the same amount of effort going towards the roots. True, because if we don't have good roots, then nothing's going to be working. So I'm going to be pruning this tree, all right, and it feels a bit to prune it, but I have to prune it like 50% of the way. So I'm going to go about here, I think just above one of those nodes, give it a snip. Look at all that. Oh, all right, give that bit to my puppy, because why wouldn't you? I'm going to give it a bit more of a trim, a few different areas. Again, I'm usually going just above one of these nodes. Can you see that little node, how there's a little node there? There's one there, but there's also one you can't quite see on the other side. So that's really good to be able to prune there. I'm not doing everything, but I am just trying to do the longest and the biggest ones, so that we've got a fairly, and this one's really crooked and funny, so we're going to get rid of that one. One more, and this one can have a little trim too. Now one of the policies I have in my garden is that if you don't like being trimmed, tough. So lots of, my husband always says, oh no, what have you done to that tree? Well, I've given it an opportunity to actually really grow its roots down deep and to come back stronger. That's what I've given an opportunity for. Now, if you cut your hair fairly regularly, then it gives that hair an opportunity to come back stronger. It's exactly the same with trees, and especially when you're popping trees in or when you're doing cuttings or anything like that and you want them to focus in the soil, it's really important to cut them back. All right, so I'm going to pop this bare root tree in. I'm going to grab my phone and I'm showing you what I'm doing. So basically I've got this the root balls in here. I've set it up on top of a lot of the excess dirt that came, the potting mix that came in with it. Now what I'm going to do here is actually make sure that my tree is the way that I want it to be. So I want it to be a certain way for a espalier ring. So I'm just going to try and get a couple of these stronger sticks, or stronger branches I should say, to be the right way, and we'll trim some other ones off. So I'm just trying to work out the best way here. So I'm thinking there's a couple that go sort of the right way if we go that way. So there we go, that's the way the tree's going to go, and then I'm going to pop it all together. So there you have it, my beautiful new primetime plum tree. Okay, it's about this high, all the ivy on the fence, hooray. And I've basically trimmed this so that I should, oops, except for that bit that just wanted to break, I should be able to espalier most of these. See how I've got one going each way, one going each way, one going each way. Now this espaliering is very much an experiment, so you get to come along for the ride with me. So can't wait. So there you go. That's what I did with my beautiful new plum tree, planting a bare rooted plum tree. That's exactly how I did it. I basically made a hole that was 1.5 times or so the size of the root ball, and then I popped it in there, and then now I'm about to water it in. I've obviously covered it again with dirt, made sure it was the right way around, and then I'm just going to water it in just a moment. Okay, and I need to make sure that I water it really regularly, so not too regularly, but once a week or so, until it's taken, until it's settled. So yeah, the other thing that I'm going to be doing, in fact I'm going to be having a chat to my husband about these poles, whoops, there we go, those poles, because I think we're going to need some taller star pickets because my tree's already taller than them. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So hope you like this video. I hope it's something that inspires you to plant your own bare root fruit, or bare root fruit trees. I'm off to go and have a think about where I'm going to pop my dwarf gala apple. Okay, other than that, don't forget to grab your 12 tips for beginner gardeners that you have to know, okay, in the description below, and have a beautiful, amazing day. See ya.